Okay, so now we're talking about a little bit more. We're going to continue to use the ideas that we've been working so far. Name 3 line segments that include D, 3 rays that begin at C, and name 3 lines. Okay, stop and start, answer all 3 of those questions, each one asking for 3 things, so you should list a total of 9 items. You do stop and start, I'll give you the answers. Okay, so name 3 line segments that include D. Well, we've got D to A, we've got D to B, and we've got D to F. Name 3 rays that begin with C. You can tell I already kind of drew one on top here, but we have CE, CF, CA. You could have also done CB. They all work. Name 3 lines. We have A through C, this horizontal line at the top, A through F, this lower of the 2 parallel lines, more about parallel properties later, and B to E. Okay. Next up, write a true or false, as the case may be for each of the following. So I'm going to do stop and start now. You can do all 4 of these and then start the video back up again. Okay, a point has the smallest but definitely a mark. Well, that's what we call it, a mark. It's a little dot. That's true. A line segment is a part of a line. In other words, it's contained within the line. And yes, it does. The line goes on forever and ever, and the line segment is a piece within that line. So that is also true. A ray has no definite endpoint. That is not true. A ray begins at a very specific point. It's like from one point and then it goes on forever and ever in one direction only. So that is false. There are no points in a line. A line is made up of points. So that is false. Okay? All right. Next up, write the name of each of the given figures with its symbol. Okay? And we'll have you do number 9 only. We'll do stop and start, and then we'll come back and do 10 through 12. So let's do number 9. Go ahead. Okay, so 9-1 would be line PQ, right? It's a line that extends through both P and Q. 2 is point O, which we don't need to put the literal point there. We just write the letter O. And one thing that I should mention at this point is that whenever we refer to a point, we use a capital letter. We do not use small letters for points, capital letters only. Next would be segment. Oh, I don't know why I have segment AB. That should say segment RS. Okay? Well, every once in a while I make a mistake. That should be RS. And then the last one would be ray AB. So again, right here, this should say RS. Okay. Compare a ray, a line, and a line segment. Number 11, how many rays are possible through a given point? And number 12, how many line segments can be drawn through 2 given points? Let's answer 10, 11, and 12, and I will give you the correct answers after you do stop and start for 10 through 12. Okay, so in comparing, a ray and a segment have a starting point. A line does not. A ray continues through, a segment has a starting and a stopping point. A ray has a starting point, but it doesn't have a stopping point. It goes forever and ever. And lines they connect 2 points, but they go forever and ever in both directions. Okay, how many rays are possible through a given point? Well, there's actually an infinite number of them, okay? You could draw like 1 ray from the point going straight up, and then one vertical, 1 horizontal, and then you could keep just filling in the spaces in between with more and more and more rays. Lastly, how many line segments can be drawn through 2 given points? 1. It's got to start one point, end at the other point. Okay, connecting those 2. Okay, next up, you have a series of questions to answer here. Answer them all, do stop and start, and I will go through them with you. Okay. Which can be measured, a ray or a line segment? A line segment, because it has a beginning and an ending point. That can be measured. A ray does not have an ending point. A line segment has how many endpoints? 2. Name 4 line segments in this diagram. AK, AT, TS, and KT. Those are the only 4 segments. Okay, next up, oh, there's also ST. Yeah, we did ST. All right, and OKS would be the last segment. Name 3 rays. There's K to T, start at K, go through T. K to S, go through S, and then you can reverse it in the other direction and do S to K or S to T. And reversing it is a different ray because you're beginning at S as opposed to beginning at K. So KS is not the same ray as SK. Are TK and KT the same ray? No, and we just said that because they begin and go in opposite directions. Okay? All right, so what are some of the key conclusions here? A segment connects 2 points. A ray begins at a point and extends through another, continuing forever. A line extends through 2 points and it continues forever in both directions. Because all of the above involve 2 points, it's really important that we avoid confusion. It's imperative that you state which type of figure it is by including the notation. In other words, if you will, the hat of a segment, beginning and ending point, the hat of a ray, and the hat of a line. Okay, so that is video number 2, tidying up a little bit more what we needed to know about points, lines, and planes. Undefined terms.